Welcome to ecopenny. If you've been subscribed to the channel, you would have seen the trailer for the bicycle that I purchased second-hand earlier on this year. I fixed it up, but now it's time to upgrade the brakes because they weren't working properly. So I've used the bike trailer quite a few times to do grocery shopping and things. So basically it has a parking slash operational brake when it's in stroller mode. So you squeeze this and a mechanism pushes against the tyres to stop it moving. So that's useful if you're wheeling it around somewhere in stroller mode and you want to slow down, or if you want to park it somewhere and not have it roll away. So it's not used when you're actually riding the bike, it's more when you're parking it and using it as a stroller. So basically it's a cable operated system. The old cables were just jammed, rusted, so when you move this it just wasn't working. So the brake cables are quite long, 2.2 metres, 220 centimetres, so I've had to get a tandem bike inner cable which is 3.5 metres, so that'll be cut down, and I've got a outer, whatever you call it, insulation sheath for the cable, so that was a custom length 2.2 metres as well from Renshaw's and Bathurst. So it's a bit fiddly to get to the mechanism. I had to drill a rivet out of here, which I've already done. This bolt here was a style of rivet too, so I had to drill that out. I put this bolt in just to hold it, but I bought myself some shorter bolts, so I'm going to put a new bolt in there. I can put a new rivet to join this bit and replace the cable. So I've just put the tandem brake cable, that's why it's so long, through this top piece. So that little head will just get trapped in there, so that secures that. So that's the first bit done. I'm just going to put a new rivet in with a washer because the rivet head are quite small that I've got. Squeeze the trigger. Oh, that didn't quite work. Going to try 2 tech bolts. It's not a perfect solution. I'm just going to cut the end of it off with the Dremel. Try that. The end's been cut off. Not pretty, but looks good enough. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way. Just got to thread the cable down through this hole. Then I'm going to put a 35mm M4 diameter bolt through here to replace the original bolt. I'll just see if the tech screw gets in the way or not. So it's going to push into the foam here, but I think I'll be happy with that. Then just got to put the adjuster on the cable, screw it into here. This allows you to tighten the cable, so if I screw it all the way in, I can bring it out to tighten it later. Now ready for the cable housing. It's a custom cable housing, so they've given me these end caps to go on it. You thread the end cap on first. Got to get all this in the right order. The end cap goes on there, and then the cable will go into there. Got the top part working. We just got to route this underneath the trailer. It goes down the back here. It goes under here. That's why it has to be so long. Crosses over. Got secured in the middle. Got to go in this hole and attach to the brake mechanism. So I've got to get this one out. Use a bit of persuasion. So I need to unscrew this end, take this out so I can thread the cable through. Thread our cable through this bit and the housing. Then cap on over, though you don't see this, I'll still know. thread this through, bring it out that hole. You just got to go through this bit. Have someone to help, it's probably easier. And make sure the housing is tensioned. So you've got to squeeze this in before you screw this bit. Make sure the cable exits the side. This bit goes horizontal. Hallelujah. A bit of fiddling around, that's in. So basically when you pull the cable, it pulls this thing out. I'm going to shove a bit more silicone lubricant. Use silicone, don't use WD-40 because it's plastic. You've got to keep tension on this. So a bit of mucking around, I've got some movement now. I have to do the other side and then tighten things up a bit. And that's the mechanism there. So it's meant to have one on each side, so I'll do the other one and see how we go. You're looking at one happy camper in the ecopenny workshop. I've got it working now, just got to tidy the cables up and trim the loose ends. We've got nice movement on the handle. We've got both brakes working, engages, and it just presses against the wheel. So in stroller mode you can press that to slow yourself down, or you can park it. Beautiful with the new Shimano cables, much smoother, both brakes are working. So if you want to park the trailer, you just squeeze it and lock, hard to do it one-handed, lock that bit on there. It locks the handle squeezed, so it's like a parking brake. So you've got shopping in there or kids in there, that's secure now, you can park it. I'm so happy with that. Just got to trim these ends and zip tie the housing underneath. So I've just got some zip ties here, it crosses under there, goes around the front, some zip ties to make it more neater and more secure. Got all my tools in there, parking brakes on, and it's holding on a slope. It's fantastic. So glad I got that repair done. Now it's 100% operational for tools, for shopping, carrying pets or kids or whatever behind the e-bike.